ons hele membership. Wat ek basies hoofsaaklik gesien het, is dat julle ons gebruik vir die invorderings. Vir mense wat nie betaal nie of laat betaal. So is dit meestal die alomvattende, kom ons sê, belangstelling, of is daar ander tools waarvan julle ook wil gebruik maak, soos credit checks of sulke goedjies?
Louise, ek dink jy kan vir ons daaraan raak. Ons gebruik dit ook as ons 'n nuwe kliënt aanvat. Dan doen ons die credit checks, is vir my baie belangrik. Dit bepaal die terme, so hulle payment terms wat ons vir hulle toelaat. Dit is ook nogal baie belangrik in die proses wat jy die kliënt aanvat. So ek dink as jy op daai twee vir ons kan aanraak, sal ek dit waardeer.
Okay, goed. So vir die wat nou nie weet nie, baie dankie vir die geleentheid eerstens. Maar vir die wat nou nog nie weet nie, accountability is daarso om, dit gaan nou baie corny klink, maar wat dit waar vandaan dit kom, is basies daarom 'n one-stop shop vir besighede te wees, want ons dek vanaf invorderings regdeur, al het jy 'n prokureur nodig, tot en met credit checks en criminal checks en driver's license. So daar's 60 dienste wat ons beskikbaar stel aan ons lede. En elke industrie het maar 'n ander tipe belangstelling. Maar vir julle spesifiek, ons is heeltemal web-based, wat dit baie gerieflik en gemaklik maak vir die persoon aan die ander kant wat met die stelsel moet werk. Elke member kan tot en met 10 users op die stelsel hê. So daar's altyd verskillende mense in verskillende departemente wat dalk nou ietsie moet verrig op die stelsel, so elkeen kan toegang hê daartoe. En dan natuurlik kan jy met die stelsel werk enige plek, enige tyd, solank jy nou net jou internet access en jou login details het. Ek gaan begin by die credit checks, want dit is maar die kortste verduideliking. Ons het credit checks op individuele mense of sole proprietors en ons het credit checks op companies. Die individuele mense het jy nou wel toestemming nodig om daai credit checks te doen, maar ons voorsien wel 'n consent vorm as jy nie reeds een het nie, of natuurlik kan jy net jou eie consent vorm oplaai. Daar's 3 verskillende credit checks op die individueel. Dit is 'n standard, dit is 'n advanced en 'n comprehensive. So die standard gaan basies net vir jou vertel of die persoon enige defaults of judgments het. Dit gaan vir jou employment history, telephone history en so aangee. Die advanced gaan 'n bietjie meer in diepte. Hy gee vir jou scoring op die kliënt, hy sê vir jou of daar rekeninge is en hoe betaal hulle rekeninge, defaults, judgments, address, work en contact history, en jy kan dit ook op paspoortnommers doen. Dan die comprehensive, hy kom van 4 van die grootste kredietbureaus af, naamlik TransUnion, Experian, XDS en Vericred, en dit gaan vir jou 4 kolomme gee van daai persoon se aktiwiteite, en dit is nou letterlik soos wat dit sê, comprehensive, so dit bevat letterlik alles. Al die rekeninge, hoe betaal hulle dit, het hulle huisverband, wat het hulle daai huis voorgekoop en wat skuld hulle nog op die huis, enige defaults, judgments en al die ander goeders wat ek nou al reeds gemention het, baie gedetailleerde report. Die reports is dadelik beskikbaar, so die turnaround time om dan daar en dan te kan sien en 'n besluit te kan maak is ook baie vinnig. Rakende die besighede, daar's ook 3 verskillende credit checks. Ons het wat ons noem 'n XDS commercial report, hy werk meer op historiese inligting. Dan het ons 'n TransUnion report wat meer op huidige inligting werk en hy bevat ook 'n credit vision for business. So almal het seker nou al die steltrappe afgetrap met die banke wat nie meer die bankkodes wil gee nie. So wat daarso vervang is mee is die credit vision for business. So hy vat basies die maatskappy se vooruitskatting vir die volgende 12 maande. En wat is dan by past activity, wat is dan die likelihood van hulle om te default, judgments te kry, direkteure se gesondheid en overall health, en dan gee ek vir jou 'n scoring, en dan saam met dit kom alles nou van die company by, names, history, geregistreerde details, defaults, judgments, wie is die direkteure en hoe lyk die direkteure in hulle privaat kapasiteit, dit bevat ook inquiry history, trade references en al daai belangrike goeders in daai credit check, en dan het ons ook nou onlangs vir Inoxico geaanboord. Nou Inoxico, hulle spesialiseer basies in kommersiële inligting. Hulle doen glad nie individuele nie, so hulle fokus net op besighede, so dis ook 'n baie nice report om te trek en hulle basies almal wissel maar in dieselfde prysklas en almal ook dadelik beskikbaar. Dan, voor ek aangaan, enige vragie, sorry.
Nee, ek wil net bylas dat ons gebruik, ons het die TransUnion getrek onlangs vir 'n nuwe kliënt. Ons het die consentvorm is by die engagement proses ingesluit, saam met die engagement brief, so hulle teken dit klaar vir ons. Dan trek ons die verslag sodat ons kan seker maak voordat ons ooreenstem op krediettermes en ons het dit is 'n redelike groterige nuwe kliënt gewees wat ons wou aanteken en met die verslag het ons gesien dat hulle kredietrekord is baie sleg. So dit was vir my dis 'n lifesaver gewees om te sê, goed, ons gaan nie hierdie projek aanpak voordat ons nie volle betaling gekry het nie. So dis net van my kant af die waarde wat ek daar uitkry. Dan kan jy maar weer aangaan. Does anyone else has questions? Welcome, Alessania. Okay, no questions. Thank you, Louise.
All right, would you like me to rather continue in English?
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So that's a true testimonial, Anel, based on prevention is better than cure, because now you could have, you saw upfront what is going on and you didn't have to struggle afterwards for getting money out of the client, for instance. Regarding the recoveries, we try to do it as quick as possible and also as cost effective as possible, because we all know that recoveries can get quite expensive.
Yes.
So what we have is we have an ABC process, and Chantal, this will help you with regards to the collection of outstanding monies. Now, we can't tell you when to hand a client over, but the best advice is the sooner the better. So if you have already followed up once or twice and you were the good guy, but it's just not going anywhere, you've accommodated the client as much as possible because the client keeps on promising, I'll make a payment then, I'll make a payment then, but it's just not happening. You would then complete the Form A for us. So the Form A is all the details that you usually would have given over to anybody who would be collecting the money on your behalf. It is who they are, where they are, what they owe you, when they should have paid, and you submit. By literally clicking submit, you send that information through to us. We then send a letter of demand to the client. So it comes from us on our letterhead. We send it to the client. And what it boils down to is that we write on behalf of our members. So we mention your name, outstanding amount, which was due, to make sure to pay by, which is then their legal 20 working days to pay, or else they do stand the chance of getting listed as default payers. So we know it as blacklisting, but it's listing as a default payer with all the credit bureaus, which usually gets them to wake up. And that monies needs to be paid directly to you guys. So we don't take any commissions on the monies recovered. We're not going to accept any down payments on your behalf, because there is some clients that's silly and they say for an amount of 200,000 Rand, they can only pay 100 Rand per month. That's ridiculous. So you can also refuse that. But bottom line is we will follow up. So we prompt you after the 20 working days, because we know how life gets. You get busy and forget about the stuff. So we prompt you, we'll send you an email to ask you, hey, Anel, has ABC Enterprises made payment? Anel quickly goes and check, yes, they've made payment. Or you know what, we've got an arrangement in place where they're going to pay off in 3 months. So all is good. I don't need to give accountability any further instructions. But if it is that they did not adhere to the first letter, and there can be various reasons, you threatened in the past, nothing happened. Maybe they have received a letter of demand from somebody else, but no follow-up was done. So, yeah, there's a lot of reasons. Or if they dishonor the arrangement that they had in place with you, at any given point of time after the 20 working days, you can instruct us to say, okay, accountability, I would like you to proceed with the next step, which is then the listing. So there, everything is easier. You have a drop-down box. You select the client's name, completes the form by itself. you submit, we receive instruction, we send out letters say, you've now been listed as a default payer. And the only way then for them to be removed is by going to pay our member. Once again, directly our member. Where to our member then would say, okay, accountability, I've received my amount of money, you can now remove them. And that's the Form C part. So with the removal, we then remove them from all credit bureaus as bad payers. Just one thing is we don't send out a third letter to say congratulations and thank you for finally paying, but we do send you confirmation. So if you want to paid up letter on your letterhead, attach the confirmation that we have removed them and client can continue as per normal. Alternatively to that, after the Form B, you in any case going to get another prompt from us to remind you as the client made payment, remember to submit the Form C, or here's an alternative, which is in the active debt collection. So we've onboarded debt collectors, which will actively collect the money for you guys as well. And they work as typical debt collectors where, sorry for my language, they irritate the living hell out of the client to make payment, but with a little bit of a twist. So we said to them, because we heard about the complaints in the past that the debt collectors just take forever and nothing comes in. So we struck a deal with them and we said to them, listen here, guys, you can't take forever. You've got 90 days. In that 90 days, you've got to prove to the client that you're worth your money. So they've got 90 days to prove themselves. If money is coming in, you can, of course, tell them to continue. But if nothing is happening, then, of course, there's no commission to pay to them either. And you can say, sorry, just rather cancel. It's not going anywhere. So you can imagine that they do try their best within that 90 days to get some monies in. And then, like I said, alternatively to that, if you don't have your own attorneys, we do have affiliated attorneys. We can appoint the matter to one of our affiliated attorneys. If you do have your own attorneys, you can literally just say, Mr. or Mrs. Attorney, listing has been done with the credit bureaus. You don't need to send out all your fancy letters. I just need you to issue summons and get on with it. And that's basically it in a nutshell.
Thank you, Louise. And again, I can just also testify again. The costs are very reasonable. I have sent you the mail, Gerrit and Chantal, with costs, price list, etc. In the past, we used attorneys and it was not very efficient and it worked out expensive. So building this into the process, what it has meant for us is that we've had 2 cases, one that was recently, and the client just refused to pay us. The first one, they just defaulted with quite a large amount. And after a year, they wanted to buy a new bucky. They were still listed with letter B. And they actually approached us and they asked us, can they make us a settlement offer to settle their accounts so that we can delist them and take them off? And it's a year later. We had the same case again last week where a client came back to us and they wanted to pay us because they want to make debt. And it's efficient. It takes a little bit more time, but we've had very good results with this.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and the active collection I've also experienced is quite good. That depends on yourself, on the amount, how material the amount is for you, and if you want to proceed that way. But I've really found that even just letter B is very efficient.
Fantastic. Thanks, Sanel. Any questions? Chantal? Elizonia?
Ek is reg, dankie.
Goed. Gerrit, Elizonia, any questions?
No, nothing from my side. I'll have a look at it online and see how it works, and then yeah, let you know if there's anything else.
Fantastic. And now, do you have the recent price list, the latest one?
I've got the one that you sent me last week. That's the one I forwarded to everyone.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
I must have done my job really well if there's no questions. So, yeah. But if there is, Anel, you've got my details. You guys can reach out to me. You can send me an email. You can give me a shout on my cell phone. Send me a WhatsApp. But going forward, if the others would like to join, the process is really very simple to get registered and to become a member. But shout, yeah, please shout if you need any assistance.
I'll do that. And just to made a note of something else, Louise, if you can just touch on that. We've also had where a client wants to make a payment arrangement. So to safeguard ourselves, that it's not just their word against ours, you've got the facility of an acknowledgement of debt as well, if I'm correct, that they sign the acknowledgement of debt.
That's correct. So included with your monthly membership fee, we give you access to all our documentation that has been drafted by our attorneys. So there's terms and conditions for credit applications and surety, and also, yes, acknowledgement of debt. There is all sorts of documentation that our members are more than welcome to make use of. Use it as is, put your letterhead on it, take from it what you feel is needed for your company, but it's inclusive and you guys can use it as often as you would like to. Elizania, the name of our company, or the company that I'm preparing, Accountability Group Pty Limited. Accountability.
Okay, so Elizania, I'm also going to send you all the details on email, and you've got all the details as well. I'll send it when we are done.
You're welcome, Elizania.
Thank you very much for your time, Louise.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. Enjoy. Bye.
Okay, any questions? Gerrit, what how have you been since our last session?
No, I'm just sorry, just quickly having a look through that price list. No, like I say, we haven't had too many issues. But yeah, it's definitely something we'll have a look at. I think we used to use attorneys in town, but they, like you say, we didn't have any joy from them.
No, and it's quite expensive if I compare pricing. It for us it was very expensive.
Yeah.
And it also becomes quite a painful process because you have to follow up all the time. Whereas on this system, you get the feedback. You can actually, when they have the active collection, you can log in and you can see what time, which collector called them, what was the feedback, and it puts you in charge of the situation, which makes it easier. Chantal, from your side, any challenges that you experience that we can help with, that we can maybe discuss?
Ja, ag ek dink hierdie accountability, ek sal dit graag wil investigate want tans gebruik ons kliënte is op Greatsoft, so ons kry al ons data daar en ons het nog nie 'n lekker geautomatiseerde proses nie, so tans stuur ek nou maar vir die kliënte hulle eerste briefie uit wat nou sê is al jou goed op datum, 'n mooi vriendelike briefie en dan na 90 dae stuur ons eers 'n brief uit wat sê okay, jy moet nou betaal. Jy weet jy het 5 dae om 'n betalingsooreenkoms te bereik. En ons het verskillende takke reg oor die land. So elkeen is maar eintlik kontak hulle eie prokureur. So ons het nie 'n lekker stelsel waar jy die mense kan bestuur nie. En soos wat ek nou van jou praat aflei het hulle ewen 'n login portal en as hulle al die debiteure vir 'n mens kan begin te bestuur, kan jy dit daar gaan kyk aanlyn en trek hou van al die kliënte.
Dis reg, ja, dis baie lekker. Jy gaan per hand. So en ek sal vir julle ook ons debtor collection policy stuur. Ek gaan net vir julle ons policy stuur wat ons doen, hoe ons dit gebruik. Een van die baie belangrike dinge wat jy vir my genoem het, is die geautomatiseerde stelsel. Een van die belangrikste dinge van debiteure en kontantvloei vir my is hoe vinniger die faktuur kan uitgaan, hoe beter. Eerstens, ek het al baie gesien hoe ons ons sal 'n maand nadat die werk klaar is eers faktureer. En dit is die eerste ding wat kontantvloei 'n bietjie seer maak. As die faktuur dan uit is, moet die terme ook baie duidelik gekommunikeer word aan kliënte. 7 dae of 14 dae en baie van ons ouer kliënte is maar op 30 dae, maar dit moet duidelik vir hulle gekommunikeer word. En dan as jy daai verhouding en die kommunikasie met die kliënte, dan gaan laai jy daai kliënt op die stelsel as hulle nie na jou toe terugkom nie. So ek sit maar met my debiteure daarmetjie elke maandag, ons gaan gou deur die lys. die meeste van die tyd as wanneer ek 'n kliënt sal lys, is 'n kliënt wat nie na ons toe terugkom om 'n reëling te maak nie. Meeste van die tyd maak hulle 'n reëling en hulle hou daarby, maar as ons nie terugvoer kry nie, dan is ons hande afgekap en dis wanneer ons hulle dan begin lys met brief A en brief B. En ja, die resultate wat ons gekry het is regtig al baie goed. Dit lyk amper vir my of Netcash nie by ons gaan aansluit vanoggend nie. Ek sal weer probeer vir volgende keer. Die rede hoekom ek hulle uitgenooi het, jy noem Chantel van geoutomatiseerde stelsel. Ons gebruik Zero. Netcash het 'n oplossing. Ons gebruik op die stadium Zero en Payfast en ons gebruik F&B se debietorders. Maar Netcash het debietorders en hulle het ook Pay Now fasiliteite. So as jou fakture aanlyn uitgaan en jy kan integreer met mekaar, dan kan jy Netcash se fasiliteit gebruik sodat jou kliënte as hulle die faktuur kry, kan hulle gaan Pay Now en hulle betaal met hulle kredietkaart aanlyn. Ek dink ook een van die baie belangrike dinge van ons debiteure en ons kontantvloei is dat ons dit so maklik as moontlik vir hulle moet maak om te betaal en ek het al ondervind dit help nogal baie. En dan vir die maandelikse retainers debietorders. Dit het regtig baie groot verskil kom maak vir ons in die praktyk. Ons oorhoofse kostes behalwe salarisse word op die stadium ten volle gedek deur debietorders. Dit help vreeslik baie. Ons gebruik F&B, maar Netcash debietorders is 'n bietjie meer koste-effektief, dis hoekom ek hulle uitgenooi het. Ek gaan vir julle nog steeds die e-pos aanstuur met hulle inligting en dan gaan ek hulle weer volgende keer uitnooi. Maar ek weet nie of julle enige terugvoer het op retainers en debietorders. Is daar enige iets wat doen jy spesifiek Gerrit om dit te bestuur?
Ja, ons werk nogal baie met Sage en hulle werk nogal saam Netcash hand aan hand, so ons is nogal bekend met dit. Ek het op hierdie stadium nog nie self die debietorde proses begin nie, maar dit is iets wat ons die laaste ruk definitief meer en meer oorweeg. Ek het eintlik met iemand gepraat by Netcash ook daaroor, so ja, ek sal 'n bietjie daardeur gaan en weer. Dis een van daai goed wat mense sê jy gaan 'n plek kry wat ek nou al 'n rukkie met al die chaos uitgestel het, maar ja, dis een van die goed wat ons definitief nou in plek sal kry, ja.
Ag, dit is baie goed. Hoe lyk jou se struktuur? Het jy admin mense?
Ja, kyk, die fakturering en al daai tipe van goed doen ek maar self, is mos maar automated, so dis eintlik maklik. Die retainers hardloop self maandeliks en die state gaan maar uit, so ek sal so een keer 'n week sal ek net gou die bankstate, jy weet, seker maak dit feed ook outomaties deur, so ek allokeer net bietjie en dan stuur ons nou net weer state uit. So daai proses van daarom maklik genoeg. Daar's nie regtig 'n storie nie, soos jy sê, dis 'n kontantvloei gewys sal dit actually nogal bietjie help as mens, jy weet, dit vir hulle makliker maak om te betaal. Ja.
Is jy op Sage? Gebruik jy Sage online? Okay, ja, dan gaan dit vir jou baie maklik wees om te integreer met Netcash. Dit gaan vir jou baie gerieflik wees.
Ja.
Ek sal vir jou Samantha se inligting stuur, dit is baie behulpsaam. En ek dink jy verkoop ook Sage, en dit is ook een van die dinge, is die kommissie van Sage gaan dan ook in jou Netcash rekening in, wat dit 'n bietjie sentraliseer.
Ja, ons kry nou al ons rebates op hierdie stadium in 'n Netcash rekening.
Ja. En Chantel, enigiets van jou kant af wat jy kan implementeer, iets waarmee ons jou kan help? I see she's on the other line. Elizania, anything from your side? Any key takeaways? Or this accountability, I need to mention to you, is not just for the accounting practice. We have implemented it for numerous clients, and even where you are currently, Elizania, it might be an option in the collections department. I'm not sure what the regulations are around it, but you can even suggest it to see if it can add value to the collections department. It is really user-friendly and it is effective.
Yeah, no, that's why I was asking Anel that what's the name of the company and how it works, because I was a bit late, but it made sense. And I just want to ask about the forum. Is it for accountants who have accounting firms, or just any accountant can start attending them?
Any accountant can attend them. We focus on accountants who has practices to discuss the challenges that we are facing and to give each other possible solutions. Because something that works for me might not possibly work for Gerrit, and he's got a suggestion that could work better for me. So it's just putting our heads together, strengthening our practice and our practices in our industry in the area.
All right, no problem. I'll tell others, yeah.
Thank you. Ek dink dis dan dit. I know we are very busy, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Gerrit, is there anything that you want to add or close off with? Is there anything that you would like to maybe think of for our next session?
Nothing I can think of at the moment, but I'll think about it a bit. I know you already planned something for this session, so I didn't think about it too hard. But yeah, maybe we can. I'll think on it. Send you an email.
Perfect. I'll really enjoy that. Thank you. Chantal, and if you are done on the other line, you're more than welcome to also just add if there's anything that I will send you the Netcash information. If there's anything that you would like for a next forum session, a suggestion. From your side, you said you do marketing, so maybe from your side you can tell us what you do for marketing purposes for us again to learn from you.
Ja, ek dink volgende keer sal dit nogal great wees. Ja, ons doen ons werk eintlik in outsourcing van die huis af, ek en my man. So ons hanteer BVSA se bemarking en hulle IT hierso van 'n sentrale punt af.
Vir al die takke.
Ja, vir al die takke. So dis ook eintlik iets waarna 'n mens kan kyk. Ek weet nie hoe groot julle almal se kantore is en hoe julle aan mekaar connect nie, maar om dalk ook te dink aan een of ander IT bespreking wat ons dalk kan hou.
Ja, ons kan. IT of bemarking sê jy?
Yes.
Okay. Ek gaan so 'n bietjie met jou van lyn af gesels en dan kan ons kyk hoe ons dit dalk in die volgende sessie kan inkorporeer.
Okay, dis doodreg.
Baie
Dankie,
dankie
Anel.
waardeer. Ek gaan dan I haven't created the WhatsApp group for us. I'll create that for us today, and then you can join by the link. And thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a great week and a great month, and see you next month.
Yeah, Nel, bye.
Bye.
Bye.